Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. We are really excited you are here. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to note. First, if you have any questions at all, feel free to use the Q&A button to type in your questions to the presenters at any time. Our representatives are here and available to answer any questions you have. Your camera and microphone are off. You are muted and your video is off. The panelists can't see or hear you. There are more sessions happening. This is one of many college presentations being offered tonight, so feel free to sign up for more sessions for the next time slot where you registered for this one. And lastly, this session is being recorded. All sessions will be available at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. We're currently in session D1, where my mouse is circling at the moment. And this is also the same order of our presentations. So without further ado, I'll get out of the way and introduce our first representative from John Cabot University.
All right, cool. Welcome, everyone. So my name is Ramsey. I'm an admissions counselor for John Cabot University, which is an American university in the heart of Rome. And I actually graduated from John Cabot close to 4 years ago. So if you guys have any questions about either one of those things, just let me know. But let's jump into it. I only got 6 minutes, so let's go. We are a small institution. A few things to know right off the bat. We're a small institution, a small liberal arts institution with just over 1,000 students, but we do have students from over 70 countries. So it's a very multicultural, diverse environment. Our enrollment profile has changed a little bit since COVID. It's around 45% US students, but everybody else is just from around the world, which is kind of the best part. Like I said, we're an American accredited university, so you can definitely go get that American degree and bring it back to the US. But small classrooms, 15-to-1 student to professor ratio, you actually get to know your professors, and you'll probably repeat some professors over the few years that you're there. So I think that can be the biggest difference when you're at a big school, small school, especially when you're far from home. You need that support. But yeah, I'll jump through the campuses and of course the finances and all of that. So a few things that kind of, I think, differentiate John Cabot is I think learning by doing and on-site learning can be summed up with experiential learning. Rome is such a good resource to have as a student, especially in that age range. You want to have the most resources as possible. So you're in a small school, but you get the big city resources. And Rome is, a metropolitan hub of basically the world. So there's so many different organizations, so many different resources. And when you actually get to go outside of the classroom and, see or touch or, look at what you're doing or what you're learning about, that's a different type of learning. And when you actually learn through your experiences, you remember that information. But you can get an American style education, but you don't have to be in America, which is kind of one of the best parts, in my opinion. And our professors really reflect the student body in that they're from so many different backgrounds and, PhDs in some of the best universities in the world. So yeah, I think all of these things kind of combine it to make it a pretty great experience, pretty special opportunity, and more of like a niche school. But of course, COVID-19 is a thing. Even this past fall and spring, we've been somewhat in person. We've had a hybrid model going. We have high hopes for fall 2021. We're going to be mostly in person, and we're being super lenient with tuition refunds and deposit refunds and all of that stuff. But we're doing it in the safest way possible. Of course, we got to wait and see what the laws are at that time, but we're hopeful. But yeah, so we're a university, of course, so you will be studying. It's not just all pizza and pasta and, walking around Rome. We have 14 majors and 19 minors and a few academic support services. I use the writing center quite a lot there because you do a lot of writing in a liberal arts education. I studied communications when I was there, but here's our list of majors. We also have this list as minors with a few others like philosophy and mathematics and things like that. So if you guys have questions about specific ones, please let me know. Also, if you're taking notes, I have a QR code at the end for you to scan that will just have everything I'm talking about. But something that's big at John Cabot is our career services. We have partnerships with over 650 companies in and outside of Rome. And we hold 3 career fairs every year where we invite some of these companies to the campus, and you're able to talk to them, put yourself in this environment, and see what they're looking for in an applicant. What's nice is that it's not just for business students or finance. It's for all of our students, because there's so many different organizations in Rome. Psychological science, all of our different majors have opportunities for internships. And as you can see, over 80% of the students who get an interview actually end up getting the position. So that's something big at John Cabot. It's very likely that you do receive, or you do get an internship while you're still studying in Rome. But because, we're not a giant school, we don't have huge, frats and sororities and football games. We have a lot of student-led clubs and organizations. We have every club from theater society to a newspaper club that puts out an issue every month. And I think it kind of reflects Rome itself, is that we have something for everyone. It's what you bring to the table. I was a photographer, so I drifted towards the film and media club. But I think there's something for everyone. And we do have athletics as well. Soccer is our biggest sport over there because it's Italy, but we have basketball, volleyball, cheerleading, and a few other smaller sports. But going back to using our environment, our trips and activities, we do day trips and weekend trips, even further places. So so many different opportunities to go out, see your environment, see what you're surrounded by in Rome. There's too much to see. I was there for 3 years and it still wasn't even close to enough. So our tuition is just under $27,000, and that's without any scholarships whatsoever, and it includes the health insurance and the meal plan. We have our own need-based scholarships and merit-based scholarships, and we take the FAFSA as well because we're an American institution. So if you plan on using that, you definitely can with us. And as you can see down on the left, over 85% of our students do receive some sort of scholarship from us. So it's very likely that you do get some help from JCU, and then you can use the FAFSA as well, some external scholarships. There's definitely a few ways to kind of bring down that tuition. I'm running out of time, so I'll kind of jump through these pictures of our campus. We have an urban campus, so a few buildings near each other in Rome, but when you leave our buildings, you're just in the streets of Rome, which is one of the best parts in my opinion. We have our own art studio as well. Rome is a very artistic place. If you're into drawing or painting or sculpting, I took my photography courses in here as well, and graphic design. Rome is a very inspirational place. And then we also have our own housing. They're all apartment style, but yeah. Applying is just like applying to any other American institution. We are on the Common App, but I'll let you guys scan this QR code. I am out of time. But again, my name is Ramsey for John Cabot University in Rome. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.
Thank you. The next representative is from SOAS, University of London.
Hi, everybody. I'm just going to share my screen quickly with you. Okay, so I'm going to take you on a quick whistle-stop tour of SOAS, University of London. The first thing to know about us is that we are the leading university in the world for the studies of Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. In terms of our school, we're a very specialized school which looks at the humanities and the social sciences. And really our ethos is to look at the challenges that we tackle today from a global perspective. And we also look at that from the perspective of the most disadvantaged and the most underrepresented. So in terms of why you might think about studying at us, we're located right in the heart of London. You couldn't get any more central if you tried. We're a global top 50 university for the arts and humanities. We have world-class facilities. We have leading academics who are practitioners in the field. We have small class sizes, a flexible and interdisciplinary approach, so I'll go through that in more detail, and a very diverse, international and engaged student population. In terms of our location, as I said, we are located right in the heart of London in an area called Bloomsbury. It's 10 minutes walk to Leicester Square, which is where you have all the theatres. It's 10 minutes walk to Oxford Circus, where you have all the shops. We are in what they call the Museum Mile, which means that we have over 12 museums located within a mile of our campus. And as you see, you can get to all of the major train stations from our location as well, either very quickly on our public transport or even walking. So King's Cross, for example, is about an 18-minute walk from us. St Pancras is at the same location. Euston is about another 5 minutes from there. And Russell Square, which is where our tube stop is actually about 3 minutes walk from our campus. In terms of our ranking, we're ranked 5th in the world for development studies, 13th in the world for anthropology, 18th in the world for politics, 19th in the UK for law, and number 1 for business and management in London. In terms of our student-staff ratio, it's one of the best in the UK, so it's 11:1, and we're 3rd in the world for peace, justice, and strong institutions, which is part of the ethos of the university. In terms of our facilities, we have 4 main buildings on our site, and as I say, we are located right in the heart of London. The building you're seeing here is our Paul Webley wing, which is our newest wing. It has state-of-the-art study spaces, a careers hub, a student zone, and then this is actually our flagship library, which is one of only 5 research libraries in the UK. It is the largest library in Europe for East Asia, and it's also one of the largest for the Middle East. In terms of our accommodation, we have accommodation about 5 to 10 minutes walk from the campus. It starts from £130 a week, which is extremely affordable for London. And then in terms of cost of living, we say that that could be anything from £220 a week to £330, depending on how you spend your money, basically. In terms of our locations, as I say, the red dot is where we are, and then all of our housing is the yellow buildings that you see there. In terms of our subject areas, these are all the subject areas that we teach at our university, but what we allow you to do is combine any of these that you would like to. So you can either do a single or you can do a joint honours. And that's very different from other institutions in the UK, which normally you can only combine certain ones. With ours, you can combine all of these. We also allow you to audit classes from all of the areas if you want to. So you get to audit at least 3 classes a year if you want to, and then you also get to take 2 electives. If you audit, you go to the classes, but you don't do the assessments. And if you choose your electives in a different class, then you would take the assessments there. But as you'll see, it really does give you a very wide scope. So it's a little bit similar to the US, but not quite, because you still get to specialize as well. Best of both worlds. In terms of our undergraduate programs, we have 300 plus combinations that you can take, and there will be 3 or 4 years. Many of them do have a year abroad because of our regional specialisms of Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. But you could also just do a 3-year degree if you want to. In terms of languages, this is also really important for us in that we do encourage all of our students to take languages whilst they're with us. If you're worried about languages and you're not sure how you'll cope on them, you can do them in your first year. And the first year of university in the UK is more like a pass or fail year. So if you don't do particularly well on your 1 language module, it's not going to ruin your entire GPA for the rest of your course. But it's a great way to try it out, and our teaching staff are amazing. And as you can see here, they are really different languages than you'd get anywhere else. In terms of our entry requirements, you're looking at your high school GPA, SATs, ACTs, APs, dual enrollment, college credits, and we have gone test optional for this year because we do realise the issues that students face. In terms of our tuition fees, we're about £19,560 a year. So that would be about $25,000 a year. And then our living costs are between $12,000 and $13,000, which would be about $16,000. So you're looking at about $41,000 all in per year of study. In terms of our scholarships, we do have a wide range of scholarships, and we are FAFSA approved. And then just quickly to go over our student body, we have students from 135 different countries. We have 6,300 students on campus, 4,000 distance learners. We're 54% international and EU students, and we're 51% undergraduate. So you'll actually find that you'll meet both students studying at the same level as you and students studying for their masters as well. In terms of our student body, I did say we are a very active and engaged student body. We're known as University of Activists. So that means that you get to get involved in all kinds of things when you're with us. And then I'll just quickly go to the final slide, which is my contact details in case you want any more details.
Awesome, thank you. Just a quick reminder that if you have any questions at all, to feel free to submit those through the Q&A. Our representatives are here and available to answer any questions that you have about any part of the process or about their specific school. If you have a specific question, it's also helpful to note the school name. The next representative is from the University of Strathclyde, Scotland.
Hi there, I'm Shannon from the University of Strathclyde, located in Glasgow, Scotland. We're located in the largest city in Scotland and about the fourth largest city in the UK. Glasgow is a very, very friendly place. It's well known for its friendliness right around the world, so you'll feel at home instantly. We have excellent public transportation, and the city itself is a typical European city, and that the best way to explore really is on foot. But we're really closely located to many other places in the UK too, so great for exploring. We've got excellent public transport to get yourself around the UK. Here's some just really pretty pictures of Glasgow. We're also known as one of the greenest cities in the UK. There's lots of green space and more green space in Glasgow than any other city in the UK. The campus itself is located right in the heart of the city center. It's quite a contained campus, so you can walk around the whole thing in about 15 minutes. And the accommodation for the university is located right in the middle of campus, which means if you've got a lecture at 9 a.m., you can actually leave your dorm at about 8:55, which is pretty good for a lot of students. We're very closely located to Queen Street Station and Central Station, which are the two main train stations in the city. And from here, you can go up to Aberdeen or Dundee or over to Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland, or get trains down south to Birmingham, Leeds, London. London's about 4 hours on the train, to give you an idea. Just another picture of the campus. The space in the middle is a nice green area, and we're actually landscaping it as we speak to offer even more kind of chill out space for students, outdoor space when we get the good weather. The university itself was founded in 1796, so it's been around for a very long time, and we've got about 15,000 undergraduate students from about 100 different countries around the world. In 2019, we won the Times Higher Education UK University of the Year award, and we also won this award in 2012. We're the only UK university to have won this award twice. We actually have been welcoming American students to the Strathclyde campus for a very long time. We have about 100 students across all levels at the university, but our founder, John Anderson, actually welcomed Benjamin Franklin during his visits to Scotland. So we've been welcoming Americans for a very long time now. We have 4 faculties or colleges, as you might call them, in the US campus: engineering, science, humanities and social sciences, and our Strathclyde Business School. We've got over 200 different degree programs, so lots of choice when it comes to picking your degree. We're a 4-year undergraduate degree program, just like the US. So whereas English universities are 3 years in length, Scottish universities are 4. We also offer integrated master's degree programs, which are 4-year undergraduate degree programs followed by a 1-year master's program. In terms of fees for US or for international students, for American dollars, it's about $22,000 to $31,000 per year. The cost of living in Glasgow is actually quite affordable in comparison to other UK cities. It starts at about $11,500 per academic year, which would be based on a 37-week contract for an undergraduate student. Strathclyde actually offers very generous scholarships between £2,000 and £5,000 per year, and we are FAFSA accredited. So for any students applying for FAFSA, we've got a FAFSA code. Because we're a large university, we've got fantastic facilities right there on site. We've recently done up our Strath Sports Center. And so actually, I would say it competes with a lot of US universities in terms of standards. So if you like to work out or you want to be part of a sports team, there's lots of opportunities to participate. We also have over 100 different clubs and societies available on campus. There's no excuse for not getting involved on campus while you're there as well. We've got a dedicated international student support services, disability and well-being services, study skills workshops, and a large career service center as well. In terms of the entry requirements, we've got a good US entry requirements page on our website, so definitely check it out. But as of last year, we are test optional. So for any students who either can't or aren't planning on taking standardized tests, that's absolutely fine. We're looking much more at grade point averages now. My contact details are just at the bottom there, so please feel free to get in touch.
Very helpful information. The next representative is from Goldsmiths, University of London.
Hey everyone, my name is Will. I'm the International Officer at Goldsmiths, University of London. I am personally based in Brooklyn, New York, but our campus is located in Southeast London. We are a top-tier public research institution. We were founded in 1891. We're a medium-sized school, about 10,000 students on our campus, and an extremely diverse school as well. We have over a third of our population coming from outside the UK, from over 135 countries. Really sizable LGBTQ+ population on campus, first generation population, and about half our students are students of color. We've also implemented a Green New Deal on our campus, and we are committing to 90% carbon neutrality by 2025. To that end, we have banned beef on our campus, so none of our cafeterias or restaurants have any beef products. We have no single-use plastics on campus. We've divested our endowment from fossil fuels. So we're really driving this initiative forward to remain a climate change-friendly campus. And you can see our campus is a single site. We're located entirely within this orange line here. And it's just a quick 10-minute train ride to the city center of London. So extremely easy access to all those internships and work placements I'll talk about in a bit. You'll notice we have a nice campus green in the middle, a great place to enjoy some of London's sunnier days, though you will want to pack a rain jacket. We have residence halls located both on and just off our campus, and we do guarantee housing for international students in the first year. And the surrounding area of Southeast London is really driven by Goldsmiths, and it's a really creative and politically active campus with a lot of coffee shops, restaurants, music venues, art galleries, anything you can really imagine is right at your doorstep. And London is a city of about 12 million people, so there's always something to do. And you can see it's really easy access from our campus, the orange symbol there. All around London, you can get anywhere in central London in less than 30 minutes. And really easy airport access as well. Our academics are leading in many fields, but we are in the top 100 in the world this year for the fine and performing arts and humanities subjects, and 8 of our 18 academic departments are among the world's top 50. We're also ranked number 21 in the UK for the quality and international significance of our research. And as undergraduate students, you are absolutely welcome to do research from year 1 at one of our 55 research centers and units on campus. Our degrees are 3 years in length in England. As Kim, my colleague, mentioned before, we offer about 75 degree programs across our 3 faculties at Goldsmiths. So this is a non-exhaustive list. We also offer some dual honors programs, which would combine 2 of these degrees together. So there's really a lot of options for you. Our application is entirely through UCAS, so you'll apply through there. This is the University and College Application Service. It's very similar to the Common Application. We are test optional currently, and we do require a 3.0 unweighted GPA to apply. The UCAS, as I mentioned, is really similar to the Common App, but the biggest difference is the personal statement. So you can check out our website for more information about the application process. Tuition and financial aid ranges from around £16,000 to £23,000, depending on the program you've chosen to study. We do offer international scholarships, and Goldsmiths does accept federal direct and plus loans and other forms of government funding. We typically estimate the total cost of attendance, which would include cost of living too, to be around $36,000 per year. So typically much cheaper than a private or out-of-state public option. Accommodation on our campus is mixed gender halls and suite style living. And as I mentioned before, we do guarantee housing for international students in the first year. After that, you typically move into your own flat and private housing options. We do provide most rooms with their own bathrooms. So you'll have a private room with an ensuite bathroom. So a little bit different from what you might be used to with dorm style living in American schools. And you'll typically share a suite with between 4 and 8 students, and you'll have a shared kitchen and living space with those students. We are self-catered, which means we have no meal plan, but we do have eating options on campus, and we are in the middle of a city, so there's plenty of options. You're not going to be wanting for any kind of cuisine imaginable in London. It's not just tea and fish and chips, don't worry. And for careers, you definitely will have ample opportunity to do work placements and internships at Goldsmiths. Some of our programs even have a built-in industry year, so you can make it a 4-year degree if you wish to do a whole year in an internship. We have a really high entrepreneurial rate on our campus as well, and we are opening a business incubator this spring on our campus. About 14% of our students will start their own business within 1 year of graduation. So for the entrepreneurs in the room, that might be a good stat for you. And lastly, tons of different activities to do outside of your course. We have over 120 activities on our campus. Our sports are either intramural, so you can play, pickup games with other students, or you can play competitively against other London universities. You also have access to the University of London Students' Union, so even more options there as well. And my contact information is here, and I'll pop it in the chat as well as a link to our virtual tour if you have any questions. Thank you so much, and I'll be passing it along to Anglia Ruskin.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. Before we hear from our next 2 representatives, do you want to put another reminder out there for those who like to submit their questions? You can do that by putting any questions you have in the Q&A, and we're here to answer any questions that you have. And if you have a specific question, to also note the school name in your question. The next representative is from Anglia Ruskin University.
Sorry, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Let's shoot this.
The first one, yep.
Yeah, that should be fine now. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry, I just apologize. My name appeared around incorrectly on screen because my colleague Katie Lade couldn't make it. So I will represent ARU Anglia Ruskin University today. So first of all, I'm Luna Yan. I'm from Anglia Ruskin University in the UK, and also we're based in a beautiful city, Cambridge. I've got 6 minutes. I will be running a little bit faster. First of all, I'd like to make start by saying we'd like to make a promise to all students. We are at ARU is all about you, and we're dedicated to turning your greatest ambitions into career opportunities. And in my presentation, I will cover why you choose UK as your study destination, and also why you choose ARU and what the next steps are. First of all, why UK? UK graduates are proven to be the most desirable in the world, and also we have 41 universities of the top 350 universities in the world, and including Anglia Ruskin University. And we are internationally renowned for quality of higher education. Also, we recognize globally with hundreds of accreditations and degree awards, highly valued by research in output in the UK, and also with UK education, higher education background, you will stand out from the crowd easily. And why ARU? And first of all, we are one of the top 350 universities in the world and top 50 in the UK, according to Times Higher Education over the last couple of years. And where ARU is also an innovative university with a proud history. And we were founded in 1858 as a Cambridge School of Art. And the university now offers a diverse range of over 250 degrees courses. And in here, you will find is a vibrant, inclusive, and multicultural university. And also, we are one of the top 20 global rising stars in global higher education excellence. We're investing in your future with over $115 million pounds invested in cutting edge technology and equipment. In terms of teaching quality, we are top 250 universities in Europe for teaching excellence. In terms of location, we have two campuses, Cambridge and Chelmsford, as you can see on the map. Cambridge, it's less than 15 minutes by train to London King's Cross train station, and Chelmsford Cambridge is a little bit closer to London and roughly 30 minutes or 35 minutes to London, which is London Liverpool Street Station. And why Cambridge? And Cambridge is worldwide renowned as a center of learning since the 13th century, and also it's known worldwide for history, exquisite architecture, and huge cultural appeal. This is a very vibrant city with a diverse range of activities throughout the city, and this is a true university city, and over 35,000 university students studying and living here. Cambridge is also one of the top 10 cities in the UK, recently awarded the prestigious Purple Flag Safety Accreditation. Chelmsford is another campus. It's slightly different. It's very modern, and also it's based in historical county of Essex, and a safe, modern, young city. And also is rated as one of the top 10 cities to live in the UK by Sunday Times newspaper. If for some students would like to access London sort of student the vibe, but also you want to find somewhere with a little bit cheaper cost, this is a really good option studying in Chelmsford as well. And as you can see on this screen, we've got a wide range of courses and subject areas, from business law, health education, medicine and social care, to science and engineering, art, humanities, and also social sciences. Hopefully you find some areas, subjects you're really interested in studying with us. Employability, and ARU is ranked 5th in the UK for undergraduate employment or further education 15 months after they have finished their graduation. And also 95% of our courses coming with internships and paid placements. Similar to Silicon Valley in the US, we have Silicon Valley Cambridge, and over 100 science and technology based companies in here. The big names next to the text in here is Sony Research, Microsoft Research Cambridge, and also ARM, BBC. So also in here we're holding 18% of UK computer games workforce, and also this is home to computing and computer gaming industry. This is with a high employment rate, and also easy to find part-time work. If you're a full-time international student, you're allowed to work 20 hours per week. Student experience support, we provide all different support in terms of academic or social activities, welcome buddies game, 120 different societies for students to join sports clubs. And also in terms of academic, PDT is personal development tutor, and the Compass, the sort of academic side of thing. And for entry requirements, for some students needs extra support, we have foundation year, which is 4 years, with a little bit support, which is 3 years, first year integrated. And also if you also offer standard 3-year direct entry, there's some information in here. You also will be able to find on our website scholarship available, and it's in here as how to apply. And here's our contact details if you want to ask more questions.
Great, thank you. We really appreciate it. The last representative, but certainly not least, is from the American University of Paris.
Okay, so my name is Jacqueline. I am from the American University of Paris. We are, like John Cabot, a fully American university abroad. So all of our classes are in English. You don't even need to know French in order to apply. We have also an incredibly diverse student body, like the other colleges you've heard about here. So of our about 1,100 students, we have over 100 different nationalities. So also one of the most international student bodies in the world. We are located in the heart of Paris as well, in the 7th arrondissement. So it's the same neighborhood as the Eiffel Tower. So here you can kind of take a look at our campus. We are a city campus, meaning we're integrated into the neighborhood. We're not walled off. So if you're looking for that more urban feel to your college, AUP could be a great place for you. All of these, it might look far on the map, but there may be a 10-minute walk from the building on the left to the building on the right. So really, really compact. In terms of majors and minors, they can all be divided into these categories. We are most well known for the humanities and the social sciences. So humanities, things like art history, French, of course, literature. And then for the social sciences, international comparative politics is huge. International business is huge. Psychology is certainly growing. We also have a PPE program. So if you are looking at schools in the UK, especially, it's more common over there. It stands for political science, philosophy, and economics. That particular combination has produced just countless world leaders. So if you're thinking of like an elected official position might be in your future, that could be a really great major that would set you apart. We are, however, a liberal arts university. So you do not need to know what you want to do when you apply. You spend the first 2 years still taking our global liberal arts curriculum. You have some time to decide before you have to decide what that major is. I will mention off the bat too, there's a couple things we don't do. We don't do anything like the medical or those hard sciences. So if you are looking to go to med school or something like that, we don't even offer a biology course. So that would not work. I like to jump right into internships. So I think this is one of the most impressive things about being an AUP student. We are the oldest American university in Europe. And so I think because of that, we're pretty well established. We have excellent relationships with these companies. Global communications, one of our biggest majors, and we have students that go into intern at Chanel, at Vogue, at Stella McCartney, students that are interning at the BBC, at the US Embassy in France, the UN. So excellent internship opportunities there. Also, French internships are paid, which is unheard of in the US. So that's great. And your French student visa will allow you to work about 18 hours a week. Most of our internships are also in English, and about half of them will lead to a full-time job offer after graduation. So if you are interested in having, an international career, living abroad after graduation, AUP is really going to position you to be able to do that. These are just some pictures of campus. So the 7th, is very, it's residential, but also a lot of government offices, lots of restaurants, cafes, of course, the Eiffel Tower is right there. It's a 10-minute walk to the Musée d'Orsay. So definitely a great location. These are just some pictures of the building. So the K was just finished. Just some classrooms. Housing, we do guarantee housing all 4 years for students. It's only required that first year though. All of our housing is apartment style. We don't have any dorms. We also do not have a meal plan like some of the other colleges mentioned here. So you will be cooking your own meals or going out to eat. AUP students do get a lot of discounts in Paris at different restaurants. It's definitely a more independent lifestyle, I think, living with AUP, but you will be housed with other AUP students. In terms of like student clubs and organizations, tons, but not what you'd always find at an American university. We do like to say that our students tend to be a little more dinner party than frat party. So if you feel like that describes you, then you'll probably fit in pretty well at AUP. We have we have a GSA, the AUP Sustainable Fashion Club is huge. Beit Abu is a fantastic service organization. They work directly with Syrian refugee children in Paris. That one's really popular with students. So a lot of clubs based on media, like journalism is big, magazines, we have online magazines, things like that too. So we do have some athletics. Of course, as John Cabot mentioned, we do have we call futsal. So it's like an indoor soccer. That's going to be huge, and a couple of other sports as well. Study trips. So of course, being located in Paris, you have access to, so many great areas. So we do have a lot of these study trips built into the curriculum. We do offer financial aid for them too, which is fantastic. And the cool thing is you actually don't have to be taking these classes in order to go. So if you see one that looks interesting to you, then you are able to go ahead and sign up for it. We offer about 30, 35 a semester, so tons to choose from. Okay, so my last 30 seconds here, we'll go over the application process. We're on the Common App, American School, so that makes it pretty easy. Test optional, that's not a COVID related policy. We've just always been test optional. Total cost of attendance is about 50,000 euros. That includes your housing, money for food, things like that. We do offer financial aid. We are on the FAFSA, so I'll leave it at that.
All great information being shared. Thank you. As we close, or before we close, we do have a few more minutes left. And so at this time, we're going to go ahead and pivot now into our Q&A portion of this webinar. And so I'll ask if all our representatives can turn on their cameras to unmute themselves and to answer this question, which is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Again, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll go ahead and get started in the same order in which you all presented in. And I will ask if you could keep your responses brief just to make sure that we get to everybody before our time runs out.
Yeah, I would just say make sure that you like the surrounding area of your school, not just the actual school, but do some research on, my school's in Rome. So if that's your type of thing, then do some research about Rome. If you want something more local or something like that, do some research on the surrounding areas.
Yeah, I would say just explore lots of different options to study abroad. So it may be that you can come to the UK for your full degree, in which case, great, would be more than happy to have you. But also you might find that you first go to a 2-year college and then come over to the UK, or it could be that you end up doing all your studies in the US and then you come over for a study abroad. I just think whichever way you do it, studying abroad is such a great experience. So you can really just work it into whatever works best for you.
I wanted to mention UCAS is a really good resource for any students who are thinking about UK universities. It is our common application form, which students can apply to any UK university using the UCAS form. But even in the initial kind of research stages, there's a search engine. So you can go in and type in the degree programs that you're interested in, and it'll feed back all of the universities that offer those degree programs. So it's a really good initial resource for students who are thinking about the UK.
I would really just recommend, reaching out to us. We are here to help you. We're not here to look for ways to reject you. We're here to help you get into university and find the right fit for you. I wish as a high school student, I had known that admissions officers weren't very scary. I think, I don't know, I was very reluctant to reach out at all, but it would have been way more helpful in my journey had I done so. Yeah.
I think from my perspective, I think it's just be open-minded and also try to reach out to our current students to find out what experience studying in the UK and also in the specific university. Like I think that's not only about like academic subject areas, also about social life and life experiencing on campus and in the city.
Yeah, just to go off that, exactly, I would say the same thing, that using admissions counselors as a way to reach current students, because we can say whatever, what we have about the university, but it's never going to be the same as an actual student experience. So that would probably be the best thing to get an actual feel.
Great advice. Thank you so much to our presenters. Again, great advice. It's always helpful to hear directly from those who work at the respective institutions to just to be that voice of reason. But then also thank you so much for the information you shared with us. And so thank you to each of you for joining us. We have reached the end of this session. As we close, there'll be a very quick 4-question survey that will appear on your browser. If you don't mind taking a moment to fill that out for us, your feedback will be greatly appreciated. There are more sessions going on. This is one of many college presentations being offered, so feel free to sign up for more at the same place where you registered for this one. And lastly, this recording will be available a week from today at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. Again, thank you all and have a great night.